In the distant land of Moab, a young woman named Ruth lived a quiet and humble life. Though hardship surrounded her family, Ruth carried kindness deep within her heart. Her gentle spirit brought comfort to those around her, especially her mother-in-law, Naomi. But tragedy struck their home. Naomi lost her husband and her sons, leaving her heart filled with sorrow. Ruth stayed close beside her, offering comfort during the darkest moments of grief. When Naomi decided to return to Bethlehem, she urged Ruth to stay behind in Moab, where life would be easier. With tears in her eyes, Ruth held Naomi's hands and said, "Whither thou goest, I will go. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God." In that moment, Ruth chose loyalty over comfort and faith over fear. Together, Ruth and Naomi traveled across long, dusty roads toward Bethlehem. But Ruth stayed faithfully by Naomi's side, helping her through every step of the journey. As Bethlehem appeared in the distance, Ruth stepped into an unfamiliar land, trusting that God would provide for them. When Ruth and Naomi arrived in Bethlehem, they had very little food. Wanting to care for Naomi, Ruth worked in the harvest fields, gathering leftover grain behind the workers. Though she was a stranger in the land, her kindness and hard-working spirit began to stand out among the people. One day, the owner of the fields, a kind man named Boaz, noticed Ruth working faithfully among the harvesters. When he learned how Ruth had left her homeland to care for Naomi, Boaz was deeply moved by her loyalty and compassion. He welcomed Ruth to remain safely in his fields and showed her great kindness. What seemed like a simple meeting was becoming part of God's greater plan. Boaz continued to care for Ruth, making sure she had plenty of grain to gather each day. Every evening, Ruth returned home with food for Naomi. Slowly, joy began to return to their home. Naomi saw that even during their hardest moments, God had never forgotten them. Ruth's faithfulness was opening the door to unexpected blessings. In time, Ruth and Boaz were married, and happiness returned to Naomi's life once again. The people of Bethlehem celebrated as Ruth's journey of loyalty and faith became a story of redemption. Ruth's kindness and faithfulness would impact generations to come. Through her family line, a great king named David would one day be born. What began in sorrow had become a beautiful story, guided by the hand of God. And this is the story of Ruth. Loyalty through the harvest.